welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to go through all of the makeup that I still have in my collection that really needs to go. I really don't like this makeup. So you could consider this list the chopping block list. But yeah, some of these I really hate. Some of them, hate might be a little bit of a strong word, but they're definitely products that I know are lingering and I don't need them, but I can't get rid of them for whatever reason. It's like the hoarder in me, you know, yes, I like to declutter, yes, I like to project pan, but I also like to hoard. And so if you're interested to see which products I do not like that I still have in my collection and I've had for some while now, at least some of them, then stay tuned. Alright, this is in no particular order because I honestly just pulled them out. I had this idea to do this video a few weeks ago, but I didn't decide which products to pull because I knew that there were products, I just didn't know which ones they were. So I literally just pulled them now. Some of them, maybe I shouldn't add them to the list, but whatever. I'm just gonna go with the ones that I have right in front of me. I have spoken about these before, and it is the Colourpop. What are these called? These are the So Glassy lip glosses. I have seen so many people on the YouTubes, yes, the YouTubes, it is now, is it that, what is it? Is that like a noun or something? I don't really know. And I have been so weirded out by how people really like these products. Now I have the Hocus Pocus 2 collection, so maybe mine are different to the other So Glassy glosses that Colourpop has, but I just really don't like them. I think the only one, I mean, look, I can see reasons to use these because I have them in my collection. I have actually used them, but I think my biggest gripe with them is I don't like how sticky they feel on the lips, and I also hate the smell. They smell like plastic. They have absolutely no scent to them, and normally a lip gloss should have some sort of scent, or it has no scent, but these have a plastic scent. So for me, I just really can't stand them when I wear them. Now I will say in the winter time, I did actually pull this one quite a bit because it is a clear gloss, but it has like a little bit of a tint, like a dark tint to it. And I thought that was quite fun and vampy, and I don't have any gloss that does that. However, this one is horrible. I don't know what I was gonna say. Horrible. This one is horrible. I really don't enjoy it, and I don't have any reason to keep this one. I have the set, so I've kept the set so far. This one I thought would be the one that I would enjoy the most because it has the most pleasant sort of look to it. But yeah, I think in reality, I should just get rid of all three of these because if I'm gonna be honest with myself and with you, I really just hate these. Moving on, I wasn't actually going to bring up any eyeshadow palettes this video because I did just do an eyeshadow declutter video back in December, and I really shouldn't be at the point now where I already want to get rid of some palettes, but they're definitely palettes that slipped through because I wasn't ready to say goodbye to them. But I really don't like these palettes, and I'm going to group these two together because they're from the same brand, and it is these two from Odin's Eye. So I have the Alva Mini Ocean 2 palette, and then I have the Verdandi palette. So I got this in a mystery box a couple of years ago. I would never have actually picked either one of these two. And I've always said out of the three palettes that I got, because I also got the Alva in the mystery box, out of the three palettes, the Verdandi has the nicest quality. However, the actual shade range and color story is the most basic and boring for me, and that's why I don't like it. Unless this is pulled for a Shop My Stash or some sort of No Pan Left Behind in eyeshadow project, I have no desire to go into this eyeshadow, and I have no desire to go into this eyeshadow palette because I have so many oranges and sort of like really like deep orange toned shades in my collection from palettes that I really like and brands that I really like. And the only sort of special shades are these two, and again, one of them is an orange. It does sort of kind of flip a little bit differently. The blue is very pretty, but then you also have these really boring shades over here. This is not even a really nice shimmer. It's like a satiny, crumbly shimmer. It's horrible. And then just a plain matte. It is like one of the worst palettes that I have in terms of overall like color story and do I actually have a desire to go into this palette? And I don't, but I have kept it because it is the only palette from Oden's Eye that I think has actually really nice quality. I have 4 palettes from Oden's Eye now because I did try the brand again last year. And again, that palette let me down. But that palette has a really nice color story, so I'm not going to talk about it right now. Anyway, the Alba Mini Ocean, this one is in here for slightly different reasons. I think this one, the color story is a little bit better than the Verdandi, but they're very, very similar. Obviously, this one has more blue, and I don't have a huge ton of blue in my collection, so that in itself is more interesting for me. However, you can see it has the 2 oranges, and it, well, not, this is not orange, but this is another one of those like satin shimmery horrible shades. I don't even know why they have this in the palette, to be fair. And then you have just a plain, you know what these are? These are like the Colourpop shimmery shades, you know, that nobody, they're like mattes, but they have the shimmers in them. That's what they equate to, at least for me. So you have 2 of them in here, again, an orange and a brown. I have a million of those in my collection already, and I already don't like the formula of Oden's Eye. I think the formula in this palette is really disappointing. Even the special shades are not special. They actually don't perform the same way as the Verdandi do. So yeah, I have a pan in here because I had it in a project, but am I gonna pull this palette or this palette because I actually want to use them? No, I'm not. So these definitely should be gone from my collection, but I don't know, the hoarder in me is like, no, I must keep them, I must keep them. But yeah, don't be surprised if one day, sooner or later, I will have to say goodbye to them because they're just taking up space and I don't want to use them. Back to lip products, I haven't really spoken about these. These are from Model's Own. They are liquid lipsticks, and I got them at Poundland a couple years ago, so didn't spend a lot of money on these, I will have to say, and I really like the color of them, but I think the formula is going actually. So these ones, it's not that I truly hate them, but I don't want to use them because I'm worried about them, because already if you're buying it from Poundland, you already kind of know it's going to be really old, and I've had them now for a couple of years, so I really shouldn't keep these around. So yeah, I kind of hate them because I'm scared of them. Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's talk about a favorite of some people's years ago, not recently because this brand no longer exists, but after she decided to close down shop, I was like, I need to get that highlighter that everybody loved years ago to see if I like it. So I ended up buying the Champagne Pop highlighter from Becca. This is the one that is sold through Smashbox, but from my understanding, the formula is exactly the same. So I have barely used this since I bought it. It was quite expensive too, and I don't like it. Like, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I have kept this. It looks pretty, but I don't like it on the face. I don't. I think it has too much, it's like champagne-y, but it has too much of a warm tint to it that I don't like. So yeah, there's just something like yellowy about it, and it throws me off every time I use it. I haven't posted that on my video, but I did just film my Shop My Stash, and I have pulled it from my Shop My Stash, so we'll see how much I use it over the next month. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this, and I bought it because of the hype, and I was like, oh fine, whatever, she's closing down, let me buy it. And I don't like it, and I've had it now for 3 years, have hardly used it because every time I use it, I don't like it. So yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't feel like I can get rid of it, but maybe I should. I don't know. Okay, the next one is another highlighter, but it's a cheap highlighter, so I don't really care about getting rid of it. It is from Essence. It's actually a newer one for me. I think I got this maybe 4 months ago or something like that, when I was trying, it was like back in November when I was trying to like make myself happy because I went through some really crappy shit. From October, November, December, it was pretty much hell that I don't really want to talk about. Anyway, so this is the Gimme Glow from Essence. It is, I think there's multiple shades. This is number 10, so I don't really know. It looks like it would be really pretty. It actually looks very similar to the Champagne Pop in terms of the color, but the payoff is just really, really bad. And I've tried a few things from Essence. I don't expect the most amazing quality because of the price point, but everything I've tried from Essence hasn't been super disappointing aside from this. So this one just has no payoff. I put it on my skin and it just doesn't look like anything. So I already know I'm not going to be able to hit pan in this because I'm just not going to go into it. It's not something that I'm going to want to pull from my Shop My Stash. So really, I should declutter this. And yeah, I think it's just gonna linger around until I decide to do a full makeup declutter minus the eyeshadow, because I haven't done one of those in a while. A few more lip products here. So I have another Becca lip product. I have two of these types of lipsticks, and I don't really know what they're called, but I really like one of them. But this one, I have never, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong one. All right. Here you go. I have two of them, right? So, okay, this is the Poppy shade. This is the one that I like, which is like this bright coral orange shade. Really a lot of fun. The formula is so beautiful. I will say the formula on these are really beautiful. This is the one that I do not like. This is the shade Garnet, and I just can't wear it. I can't wear it. Every time I wear it, it looks too vampy. I think for me, if I'm gonna wear a red, I like it to be a little bit of a brighter red than this, like a bright tone red, and this is a little bit too dark. And I don't like it. It just looks really, really too harsh on my skin. I don't really know if it like messes with my skin tone, or maybe it's to do with my eyes or whatever, but I have been holding on to this because these cost a lot of money, and I don't know what to do with it because I just don't like it. Every time I've used it, I've had to wipe it off because I didn't like it. So yeah, anyway, I have another lip product here. This is from Clinique. This is one of their Bear Pops, the puppy ones. This is actually called Bear Pop. And I have wanted to like this for the longest time. I feel like I've used quite a lot of it too, and I do go in and use it regularly, but every time I use it, I don't enjoy it. I don't know what it is about it. It's a little bit satiny, and I think the formula is okay, but it's a little, I think maybe it's the color. Maybe it's the color, it just kind of throws me off. It's a little too dark, but it's also not a very interesting color. It's this nude tone that's just a little bit too dark for a nude for me. I don't know what I'm saying. I just know that every time I put it on my lips, I don't enjoy it. So that one really, I shouldn't be holding on to it anymore. All right, are you ready for another eyeshadow palette? This is the last one because I do feel like I have a good selection of eyeshadow palettes at the moment that I do enjoy, okay? And the reason this one is in this video, not really, it's not to do with formula or really the brand or anything like that. It's just that this color story and this size packaging is just horrendous. So it is the Blend Away from P.Louise. Now I have this currently in my Pan Those eyeshadows. I'm actually working on this shade you can see right here. This though, as an actual eyeshadow palette, is just boring. There's just too many neutrals, too many browns, too many pinks, too many, you know, lighter tones. It's like, oh, so many light tones that I don't even need, and I have lighter skin. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me why you would need to double up on all of these light tones. You really don't need them. At least for me, I don't need them. I'm not a makeup artist. I don't need to blend for hours on end. So this one, like for practical use and wear as an everyday makeup wear, is just not right for me. However, I have it because I got it in one of their budget boxes, and I will say their budget boxes are really, really affordable. I got this full-size palette, I got a full-size blush palette and highlighter palette for like 30, maybe 40 euros, and the products themselves are closer to like the 80 euro range if you buy them all separately. So I feel like their budget boxes are really good, and I hadn't tried P.Louise before, and I had no idea what I was going to get in the box. So it's, you know, obviously, you know, it's kind of like a mystery box. It's a shot in the dark, and so I can't blame anyone but myself for ending up with this palette. However, I would definitely have never bought this palette myself, and it's a little bit of a shame that my first time experience with P.Louise, I just have this type of palette where it's just huge, and I don't think I'll ever get to it, but I also can't bring myself to declutter it at this point. I just can't. So it's kind of an item that I hate because it's huge. I know I'm not gonna get to it. A lot of shades are redundant. but the formula is quite nice. So, oh, I thought I was done with lip products. I have 2 more here. So, yeah, I feel like I stand by these as well. So I have finished only one Colourpop Lippy Stix. I'm not one of those that bought a big set and I have like 50 that I need to get through, thank goodness, because I know like past Gabby, like years ago, I would have bought them and I would have now been stuck with so many. But I do have 2 left. And I've only panned 1 of them, so I think in total I've only really have 3. I don't think I've decluttered any. Anyway, so I've got Caramella and I also have Dreamsicle. Now, what do I want to say about these? I know I don't particularly like them, but I also can't really tell you why. I think this one, which is Caramello, I, in theory, should like this because it actually looks very pink, but it comes off as a very peachy tone lip product. And I do like peachy tone lip products. However, I don't like this one. I find it really hard to wear. It looks like that. It may be just a little too pinky coral blush. I don't really know. I think it'd be a really pretty blush. So, you know, obviously, yeah, I could pan it as a blush as well, but I already have a lot of cream blushes, so do I need another one? So it's one of these where, am I ever gonna finish it? I've used about that much, so you can see I've got quite a lot left still. And I know that they take me a long time to finish because I've done one. So I don't know if I have it in me really to ever pan a lip product because I hate it. And then this next one, Dreamsicle, I just don't like the color. It's a mauvey tone shade, and I pretty much got rid of almost all of my mauve tone lip products because I just no longer like them. It looks pretty, right? It looks like it's a shade that I should use, especially for my coloring. I think I'm a winter color. You know, there's all this thing about TikTok, whether you are summer or winter. I think I'm winter. I think cooler tones suits me more than warmer tones. Although I've never been tested, so I don't know. I might be completely wrong. Anyway, so I should like these cooler tone products. They should suit me, but I don't like them. So what do I do with these? Because I've had them now for, I think it's pushing 4 years, which is a little bit worrying. All right, next up is an item that I've had on my chopping block for a while. And every time I do declutter, I always save it. And I don't know why. And it is this loose powder blush from Bella Pierre. This is the Amaretto shade. Now, whenever I do use this and I actually put it on my skin, it is very, very pretty. I'm not gonna open up because it's gonna make a mess. It literally is like a loose powder. It is just, it's the messiest product in the world. If they had, I mean, maybe I should repress this. Like, let me know, should I repress this? Because I do have a spare compact. Maybe I'm just being silly. I should repress this and maybe I'll like it as a blush, because as a loose powder, I have no use for this. I do not have the patience to do that on my everyday makeup. I barely have time to do my makeup as it is. And most times when no one needs to see me, I don't wear makeup. So why am I gonna spend extra additional fiddly time to use this and get it everywhere when I don't need to? So maybe I should just repress this. But yeah, I like it, but I don't like it, if that makes sense. Okay, and then another one is this Ofra compact. This is a blush and a bronzer, and I just don't like it. I don't like it. I find them too deep, both of them. I think the bronzer is just far too deep for me. Obviously, when I have a tan in the summer, I can get away with it, but at the same time, I have other bronzers that I really should be using during that time, so it's just not something that I like to look at. And then the blush, I don't like. I don't like it. So this one I got in a, I think I got in a subscription box. I got a bunch of my Ofra products. I've never bought an Ofra product myself, but I got a bunch of these in subscription boxes back when I did subscription boxes. Try to say that fast. It is not easy, and yeah. I don't know, this was in the last one and I don't like it. I don't like it. Maybe I should empty that one and then put the Bella Pierre in that one. What do you think? Okay, another one that I have here is from Kiko Milano. This has had a journey and I think I should just get rid of it. So this is supposed to be a bronzer. This is the Warm Honey bronzer and it looks like this. I have a ton of hard pan. But even without the hard pan, it's not a bronzer for me. It's just not. So I've been using it as a face powder, but at the same time, Is it a face powder? No, it doesn't. I don't really gain any benefits from using this as opposed to my other face powders. So I really should just get rid of this. I just don't think I've been able to, because there's so much product left in here, and I just feel, I feel like I'm wasting it at this point if I get rid of it. But I've had this for 3 years now, and I felt the same about it all 3 years. So, alright, so I've been very open about the fact that I don't really like any of the concealers that I own, aside from the new Nabla that I just bought. So I really could go through all of my concealers and tell you that I don't like them, but I think that these ones are probably the ones that I like the least. So let's just get into it. This one here, this one makes me look so cakey. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have the shade 4, it's the Magic Touch concealer. And when I first got this, I gave it the benefit of the doubt, because obviously it's ABH, just thought, okay, fine, it should be better than this, right? But every time I put this under my eyes, it gives me bags under my eyes. It looks really bad with or without powder. So this one is a hard one for me to really justify keeping, but the panner in me wants to get through them, because I don't feel like going through concealer is all that bad, and I can just live with it and not have great under eyes for a while I work on this. So, I mean, I already have like lines under my eyes regardless, so it's not really that, it's just the additional that it adds. It just makes me extra tired looking, which is not what you want. All right, moving on. This is one that people seem to love, but I'm the only one that I've ever seen that says that they hate it, and it is the NYX Bear With Me concealer. Now, I'll grant it, if you use this concealer as a spot corrector, I think it's decent, but I like to put concealer under my eyes, and this is just not it. I can't tell you why, but it is just not the right consistency. I find it just too thick. I don't think it blends under my eyes very well either. If I had a lighter shade, maybe it'd be a bit better. I have the shade Vanilla, and it's a great shade match for me. So ideally, you know, all the experts out there say you should get a concealer that matches your skin tone, one that's not lighter than your skin. But this one, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the formula, and you can't argue that with me. I just don't like it. Okay, this next one is not concealer, but I put it with my concealers, but really I should just get rid of it, because I haven't used it really at all since I loved it in my concealers, and it is the Juvia's Place a Velvety Matte Foundation. It's the I Am Magic one, and I have the shade Maracau, and yeah, this one is it's just so thick. It's like putting concrete on your face. I really should get rid of it, but I'm just holding on to it. Why am I holding on to it? I don't know. And then I have 2 BB creams. I actually didn't buy this one. My partner got it for me because he saw that I panned one and he thought that I liked it. So he bought me one, and I was like, no, I don't like it. So I ended up getting another one, and he got me the shade medium, and really, I really need light. These are just too dark as medium shades, so I can only use this in the summer, and even in the summer, I have other hydrating foundations that I'd rather use other than the Garnier one. So yeah, this is like the 4th one I've had in my life, not on purpose, because I don't think I have bought any of them myself, so maybe I will get lucky, and once that one's gone from my collection, I will never have a BB cream from Garnier again. However, I do have a BB cream from Rimmel London, and this one I did buy, and this was my mistake. This is the shade Light, but it's very yellow. It's just so yellow on me, and I don't go yellow. When I tan, I don't have yellow coloring, so it's really hard for me to make this work. Definitely would not be able to make it work in the winter time, which is now. So really the only time that I'm gonna be able to make it work is to mix it with something for the summer. So do I wanna do that? Can I be bothered to do that? Do I hate this? Yes, I do. Okay, we only have 3 products left, so we're almost there. Thank you for sticking this long, if you are still here. So this one is gonna be controversial because I think a lot of people love this, and I have just a little mini sample, but I have never loved it, and I don't know why. So maybe it's just me. It's a me thing, it's not a product thing, but I have a little mini of the Laura Mercier loose powder, and I don't know why people love this, because I don't like it, and it's just been sitting for so long, and I still have product in here, and actually I have a little crack, so it looks like it's gonna crack open one of these days. I don't know what's going on. This is just the translucent. This is not even like, there's no like pigment to it. You know, I should love this, it should look fine, but I don't like it. So I think it's a me thing. It's a me thing, but I'm holding on to it because I'm a hoarder. I'm holding on to it because people love it as well. And I'm like, well, if people love it, I should love it, so I should hold on to it. All right, there's another lip product here. This one I haven't really spoken about, but I have to be honest, like as soon as I got it and tried it, it just wasn't what I was hoping it would be, and it actually is from Urban Decay. So this one is the shade Gubby. I'm gonna be honest too, I liked this shade name because it's very similar to Gabby. And that's just what it is. But it also looked like it was going to be a really pretty coral shade, but the problem with this is it doesn't show up on the lips very well. It's just basically, I don't know if you can see that, it is really, really light. It's very similar to kind of what I'm wearing, but actually lighter than what I'm wearing. So it's really hard to see, and so it's hard to work with because I don't really know how to use it all that much, because sometimes it can look a little bit off if I have something that's a little too pale on my lips. I already have like light lips anyway, so it just doesn't really add anything to me, and I don't know. I've been really like holding off, like thinking about what I'm gonna do with it, because you know, I spent a little bit more money. It's Urban Decay. I think it was on sale, but still, you know, I mean, you have the brand name, and I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to get rid of it. Anyway, the last one here is the Panoramic So Dewy Face Gloss from Colourpop. I've spoken about this a couple times now in my makeup inventory videos, where I don't even know what to classify this as. Is it a primer? Is it a cheek highlighter? What is it? Can someone tell me what this is? Because I have tried to put it on my cheeks and it was a sticky mess, and of course it doesn't dry down. So am I just gonna walk around with sticky cheeks for the rest of my life? I mean, then my hair is gonna stick to my cheeks, and yeah, what do I use this for? I don't know what to use it for. Should I use it as a gloss? I mean, I don't know actually. Maybe I should just use it as a gloss or something. It is very pretty. I will give it that. It is a very pretty looking thing, like when you put it on. Like, it's very blinding, it's pretty, but how do you use this? Can anyone tell me how you use these? If you do like them, what do you do with them? I could put that as a gloss, you know, potentially. Potentially. I don't think it's for the lips though, so I don't know. Okay, I think that's everything that I pulled for this video. There might be one or two more things in my collection that I've forgotten to talk about. I mean, obviously brow products, I don't really care about brow products, but these are ones that I actually have things to say about them. And yeah, if any surprised you, let me know. If you liked the video, please like, that would be wonderful, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And yeah, I will see you all next time in my next video. Thanks, bye!